I have pushed the thing. If someone wants to details, if you could hop on the channel and with your secondary.
That's
screen.
what I'm already doing.
Okay, cool. Let me know if you can hear my.
Okay.
I'm just like massively. Oh, there we go.
Hey, Flash, how you doing?
Hi.
Yeah, I'm gonna do a quick sound check.
My tablet was acting up again.
Okay, yeah, we have sound.
All right, that's good. I caught half of that. It was kind of loud in the background there. Oh, I like the shirt.
YouTube because I don't want him to get copyright strike.
Yeah.
That's a good one.
Yes, dear.
Okay,
Right, so we'll hit it at, I guess, 10. Yeah, we'll hit it at 10:10 or whenever we get more than a couple of people.
Hey, John.
Alright, so let me think of something stupid to say.
Copyright strike background noise if it isn't you.
Literally, for the Christmas episode, Flash had on his phone a Christmas song went off, and we got flagged in the Netherlands because that was because that song or something had been created in the Netherlands. But if it's like if the background noise is really really loud, like very audible, there's a chance. And also, a lot of that stuff they do bots and stuff, so they might just be like, "Oh, well, we hear something that sounds similar to our music, so flag."
So no matter what I do, you're probably gonna flag. Okay.
So fuck it, fuck your show, basically.
It's not that. It's like, come on.
Yeah, I know.
If people are watching TV in the background, there's nothing like.
So far, the only flag that we've gotten is the Christmas episode. So, and also apparently it doesn't pick up super on my mic as long as it's low on your end. So,
As long as I can hear my show, I'm good.
yeah.
Right, can you guys hear me okay?
Yep.
Yes, we can hear you.
Okay,
if you
good.
can boost yourself a little. I wonder if I can boost you actually. Let me see if I can do that.
Oh.
I can boost you. Okay, then I can hear you better.
Yeah, it sounds good.
Sound level mix master boots.
Alright, Flash, can you give me a sound bite there?
Okay.
Hello.
Oh, okay, again?
How you guys doing?
Orville.
No, not you! Not you! I need Flash!
I shouldn't do that on the podcast.
Okay, sorry, Flash, give me another sound bite there. I'm just testing your levels.
Alright. Keeping it old school, just like always.
No, that's a good one. I love it. Okay,
Cool.
Yeah, that sounds a bit better. I think I can make you out more. I don't know why I didn't do
great.
that sooner.
I can hear you guys just fine.
Awesome. Okay. So we are at 10. Oh, we are at 10:10. Should I hit the thing?
Let's hit it.
Okay,
Let's do this.
I'm gonna tweak my thing with the link, and yeah, I'm not good at stuff. I have set the tweet. I'm gonna minimize that. I'm gonna turn on the screen. I turned on the screen. I turned on the screen. Okay. Okay. Can I see chat? I want to see chat. Yeah, I can see chat. All right, I did a thing. I think we're good. Oh crap! I didn't get ready.
Yep, we're live on video.
I'm on video and I'm not decent. Oh Jesus Christ! I'm hideous.
Welcome to the Comedi-Furs. I'm your host, Details Dragon the Wolf. I'm looking on my screen. To one side of me is Flash Timberwolf.
To your right.
Hey guys.
100-yard dash.
And down below me is Boots.
Hi.
And in the room are my roommates, who are here every podcast, it seems.
I'm a douchebag.
Woo!
You do realize our coworkers watch this podcast, right?
You realize I don't give a fuck.
I know.
I'm pretty sure your coworkers know. So how we doing, people?
I'm doing good. Still smoking a pair of melons. This is addictive. I love melon.
I feel like I should turn this light on, but also that I shouldn't. I don't know. I'm on the fence about that. Oh.
Vaping.
Aping. I'm being corrected.
Jesus. You've been using that for how long now?
There we go. That seems better. I think I like this better. Okay, I'm good. I'm pretty now. All right, so Flash, how you doing?
Yeah, Flash, start us off with a good story.
All right, well, I'm hanging in there still. Still trying to get my job situation taken care of. Anthrocon is still a huge maybe for me. I'm trying to get everything working as soon as I can, but the problem is the people I'm trying to contact, haven't called me back yet, so I'm getting very impatient at this point. So I'm working as fast as I can. So
That's understandable. Yeah, no, I have no problem with working, but I hate job searches. They're just the absolute worst. It's that whole uncertainty thing of doing all this work and have nothing to show for it. Just drives me crazy.
It's not just that. It's also, like whenever you go somewhere to fill out a job application, it's either like a sheet or two. This one place I went to last year, it was like this thick.
Oh, geez.
Okay, because it felt so much information on there. I was like, hey, I'd like a job application. Okay. Here, fill this out.
What kind of job is this for? Like you're joining the Secret Service or something? Like, come on.
It was working in a parts department for a delership, but I don't know why I have to fill out like 50 pages full of information. Like, they got to know everything about you. God.
See, now I see people having the opposite problem where they go into a physical job location like, I would like a job here. Well, here is our website. Go fill out the form there.
Yeah, that's what happens here all the time. It's just, if you want to fill out an application, nobody drops off resumes anymore. It's just go to the website, fill out the thing, we'll call you if we ever want you.
No, this is the thing that, like, I literally thought about, is that every friend I know is like, okay, I gotta go home, I gotta go on my computer, I gotta go on my website. I'm like, you have a smartphone. You can literally be like, all right, give me 3 seconds. Done. You'll have it in 3 seconds.
Well, I mean, you gotta fill out the form. That takes some time. But
yeah.
I mean, okay, good news. So I have now joined the modern era. I have data on my phone. I'm no longer living in the Stone Age.
Oh my God! And just in time, because I have to work through Community Day, can you freaking get me a shiny Trico?
Oh my God! Oh my God! I mean, I could look into it. I'm still not like super good at this sort of thing.
Okay, all you need to know is from 3 to 6 tomorrow, your time. Log onto the account. There will be Tricos everywhere. If you see one that is more blue than green, catch it.
Specifically,
actually, I don't even know if I want to do that because then I also need to evolve a bunch of Groviles to get the special move. I don't know.
You know what? It may be safest not to do the whole account hopping thing, because
yeah, probably not.
I don't want to get you banned.
No, I swear, guys, I'm in Canada today.
Yeah, with 0 travel time. I just kind of
I know, right?
magically appeared.
No, I'll probably do it myself. Because here's the thing, I have to work, but I have a dinner break, and I have like 30 minutes before I actually have to start the shift. I'll figure something out, but, you know.
Yeah, you got this. Uh-oh.
It's like Pokemon Go has enforced some really negative habits on me to the point where, like, I trust people with my technology way too often. It's like, oh my God, there's this thing. I have to work. I can't go. Here, take my devices, both my tablet and my phone. You now hold my life in your hand. Just get me, like, this shiny legend.
Don't do that. What are you doing? You crazy? Also, oh crap. I'm just gonna... Oh my God. Oh, this is the worst. Oh my God, we're only 10 minutes in. What the hell's going on?
Our cat is currently removing things from his eye.
Well, we're off to a great start this 10th episode, aren't we?
Oh, everything hurts.
Yeah, we're to episode 10!
Dude!
We made it to 10.
Oh my God, everything hurts so much. Oh God.
Well, by the way, This is cookies and cream Pocky.
Oh,
I've seen that. I've seen that near me. I've tried it. That's good.
I don't know why this is so hard to find. I mean, you got your chocolate Pocky, your strawberry. Why is cookies and cream so hard to find?
I don't care. It's so good.
And why is it more pricey than the other one?
because it's delicious and we're not allowed to have nice things.
Yeah.
So that looks really weird the way I should.
Here's the thing, it's that phenomenon that things are more delicious when you have to look for them. Like, when they're, like, not all over the place. Like,
yeah.
I was so happy when I saw that my gas station had Stroop waffles. And now, like, I'm noticing that they're not restocking, and I'm like, no!
Oh man, what the hell am I doing? Oh, my headset, it's all fiddle-faddle fool.
I'll lower it a little bit now.
I'll try.
Yeah, so I don't know if people actually realize this, but I actually do use my headset for, like, headset things.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, this is one of the things that I said to Boots, like, after, like, a couple of podcasts. I'm like, even if you get, like, wire like me, you just run it through the headset, just keep the headset on.
I like it. It's a good look.
It's a good look.
I wish I could get it to, like, actually go all the way around, because that would be adorable, but...
No, that's even cooler, because it kind of looks like a radio DJ, kind of like
DJ
one.
Boots in the house.
Yeah, I know.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
We're energetic tonight, apparently.
Very good stuff.
Actually, I was looking at a tweet that BT sent out. I know this isn't what a tweet, but I want to talk about this particular one.
That's okay, because we don't have that one recorded. So.
Yeah, exactly. No, but BT was talking about. I think he was talking with. It was either Valdor or Majora. I don't remember. It was probably Valdor. He was talking about how the minute the suit comes off, and like they just walk around the con like out of suit, nobody recognizes them because nobody knows.
Oh God, it must be so nice.
Yeah, because people only recognize the suit, not the wearer.
Yeah.
That's the thing.
Yeah, you know.
I mean, yeah.
No, I'll let you finish before I jump in on that one.
I was gonna say there's some positives and negatives to that, especially if you work at a teaching job.
Yeah, you know, I would very much like that, and I enjoyed that for about 2016, 2017. I enjoyed that for about 3 years. I don't have that anymore. People know who I am. Like I don't know how the hell this happens. I don't publicly de-suit anywhere. I always make sure I go off to the shame closet or something, and you know, because you know I do the whole Clark Kent Superman thing. Nobody sees me changing. I find a telephone booth or something. But
I mean, you do that, but you also always wear the Hawaiian shirt.
No, I
go
don't.
In and out of suit.
I only started doing that once people figured it out. But yeah, no, people just know who I am. I guess, well, from what they've said, it's the voice. People recognize the voice. I don't do a voice. I think I've ranted about this one before.
Yeah.
So people just know me, and it's weird because people know me, and I'm so not used to it.
So I didn't see the masquerade, but Boots was judging, apparently, from what I heard. Did you take your head off during the judging, or did you have it on the entire time? You had it on the entire time. Oh, wow. I mean, either one would be funny.
Oh yeah, no, I'm dedicated. I don't half-ass that. That's not that I judge people that do. I think you do things the way you want to do, but I don't like to publicly de-suit. So I'm all or nothing.
Yeah, he doesn't ruin the magic.
Yeah.
So to speak.
Well, again, I'm all for people having fun the way they want to, but that's just me. I don't like to do that.
No, that's fine. I'm just like that post made me think. If I ever get a fursuit, like if I get the head and the paws like Boots says, nobody's gonna recognize me in fursuit. Because like I'll keep the blue jacket and everything. I'll try to get noticed, but most people will be like, Who the hell is this wolf guy?
Hey,
Why does he have horns?
I feel like it just takes time. Well, I don't know. That's how it worked for me. Also, I guess I'm a bit of a spaz, and people seem to like that. So,
I mean, the other thing about it is I kind of like convince myself of this. Maybe I'll do a like thing like 2 did, and like at the end of one of my acts, I'll suit up to like, advertise the fursuit maker, be like, these people made a great fursuit. I'm really happy. I get to do whatever. Blah blah blah. But I don't want to make that like a thing, unless I have to. Like if there's a con that's like, no, you can't perform in the masquerade if you don't have a fursuit. Or like, haha, I am prepared.
Well, again, I've only done it at 2 cons so far, but most of the ones that I've been in, they all seem to, they say it's fine if you do or don't. They just usually give you some sort of, they factor it in whether you have one or not, because it does make the performance a bit more difficult.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I did. Yeah. It is kind of challenging. Like, I don't have like a fursuit head. I do have like hand quads, and I do have like first sleeves to go with them. And the thing is, like, one of the cons that I attend, Method Fermi down in you don't really have like a full fursuit in order to perform in the masquerade. You just got to have some furry attire with you, because I also have like a pair of ears also, so I have to have all of that with me if I want to perform the masquerade down there.
Okay,
it's fine, but I think it's kind of a little discouraging. Like if you want, like if you're at a convention and you want to perform in the masquerade, but you don't have any furry attire at all, and they won't allow you to do it unless you have that. It kind of loses people, in my opinion.
Yeah, it's one of those things where emoting is a little bit more difficult.
Yeah, like I said, well, again, because certain acts just don't really work with it well. Like musical acts in general, if you're trying to play in suit, no, you know what? I take that back, because I know people that do that. So
people make it work. That's what it really is. It's more difficult, but people make it work. I know with me, I do a lot of facial emoting. So I just figure if I ever got a fursuit head, I'm not going to perform with it for at least the first couple of years, because I need to get used to emoting in fursuit. Like I need to learn okay, this way looks angry, this way looks good, this way looks confused. I don't know.
It's I don't know. People have told me it comes very naturally. I've never really had to try too much, but again, I'm also kind of a spaz, so we're just.
I mean, the other thing that I have to worry about with the fursuit is that might show up in podcast. That would be interesting.
Sorry, Flash, looked like you were going to say something. What was that?
I'm kind of the opposite, because you know how when people in suit are more energetic and more lively. I do the opposite of that, because I am not that energetic at all. Because even if I had a fursuit, I would just stand there, because not doing it.
Well, yeah,
I would not know what to do, because I'm better off being me. I'm okay with just the paws and the tail and just saying dumb stuff in front of an audience. I'm okay with that.
See, one of the things I find is it's very what's the word I'm looking for? Inhibitions tend to go away. I don't know what it is. It's just there's something special about it that you pop it on, and all of a sudden you just want to do stupid stuff.
Kowalski says.
Oh,
Kowalski Bat says Bork.
Hello, Kowalski.
Hey, how are you? Welcome. And the thing I'm getting at with the whole thing is that, you talk about how in some places you gotta have first in order to perform. I think the problem recently, we might have brought this up in an earlier podcast. The thing about the fandom recently is that they're making fursuiting way too much of a priority to do anything. I mean, there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, there's nothing wrong with having a fursuit. It should not be a priority just to do, or even just to have a conversation with somebody,
Yeah.
No,
I was just
Sorry,
I was just thinking about the energy thing. I'm like, that would backfire so bad with me. 'Cause I'm already out of shape. It'll be like 30 minutes of me bouncing around, and then like 15 minutes of me gasping for air.
Well, that's what the headless lounge is for.
True.
If he can make
I
it.
definitely wouldn't stray far from it my first time.
No, you got a tether. You got a safety rope to let you know how far away you can get. It's like one of those baby harness things. But yeah, no.
I just have a little heart monitor on my wrist, and I just pull back my sleeve, and it just says, "You fucked up."
I kind of agree with you what you're saying about that whole. It seems to be becoming the requirement. I mean, it's a little easier for me to say that because hello, but I guess it's really hard for me to say for certain. Like for me, the big thing was that I feel really dumb about this now. The big reason why I got the suit is so that I'm like, hey, nobody knows who I am anymore. I have anonymity, and then people start to notice me. So.
No, but that's the thing. Like getting noticed. I mean, like they say, like when people talk about the furry fandom, usually fursuiting is the very first thing that comes to mind. It's the more visual representation. The problem is it's becoming the only representation.
Yeah.
Like guys like barely get recognized at all. Only like, oh, you're a straight vicious suit.
Oh,
I just want to point out the thought process of Boots. Okay, I have this giant orange cat head now. Now nobody will notice me.
Except everybody notices me. Fuck.
Yeah.
Yeah, neon orange. That's a great choice. Shayla, hello. Hey, Shayla, how you doing?
How many we have in
friends in
chat?
the chat? I'm still waiting for Frontal Equinox Masquerade to come up though. I want to watch that. I really do, because I know they spotlighted you.
Do you want me to drop spoilers, or do you want me to just leave it? Like,
You kidding me? They blinded us all.
No, that's not what spotlight means.
I'm telling you though, they kept flashing them damn lights right in everybody's eyes in the front stage, and all you heard every damn time they did it was, "Oh!"
Yeah, no, the lights were bad. Oh, you think it was bad of the audience? I had to. So first of all, I want to say hi to Kowalski, who mentioned that yeah, the computer almost always slows down. That might not be your computer. That might be my end, because for some reason we've decided that I, being the one with stupid hands, should manage the switchboards, and my computer does not seem to like streaming. So,
well, we decided it at first. We confirmed it when I did the Christmas episode myself, that Boots should probably handle it.
Oh. But yes, so,
literally all my devices just reminded me, hey, there's a podcast now.
yay!
Thank you, devices.
So,
I am aware.
So Shayla in chat has waved, and she says hello to me. Oh. And hopes that we had a great FE. I did. Oh my God, FE was fantastic.
Yes,
honestly,
tell us all about it. How was it?
It was really good. It was probably, from what I'm hearing, and it's not just me saying this. This is like all over social media. This is all over people who were there. What they're saying. This was like one of FE's best years. There was something special about the con this year. I don't know what it was, but things were really good. I was just running all over the place. The dealer's den doubled in size. It was gigantic. Oh my God. Half the time I only got through I only usually had an hour at a time to go through there, so I feel like I'm being a real ass now, just kind of watching detailed screen.
For those of you who don't know,
I did it bad.
I didn't get to go to FE.
I'm sorry. I got excited.
It's cool. I understand. It's just like...
I'm just, yes, twist the knife more. There we go.
You know what? I pick on Boots enough. Everybody gets one.
Yeah, that's fair. Oh yeah. So Shayla's mentioning that. Yeah, seemed to be a really good attention to detail, and the den was great. Yeah, no, so the dealer's den was super good. It was gigantic, good variety. Just I don't know, there's a cool vibe going on.
Kage, step up your game this summer. I want something to brag about later.
So next year, FE 2020. Theme is Retro Rewind. So, you know, get your 80s and 90s shit out. It's gonna be so good.
I'm gonna just get a fedora just to mess with it.
It's gonna be so good.
I already did. This is 90s right here.
Oh yeah, no, I'm gonna bust out my stupid windbreakers. I gotta see if I can find a bunch of whole, you know, stupid retro crap. It's gonna be awesome. I don't have a power glove, and that makes me feel so bad.
You know what? It's cool. I haven't grown up since the 90s, so it works.
Hey.
No, we're good. We got this.
Oh yeah. No, I'm gonna be. If I swear, if the dances do not blast like synthwave, at least I want to see at least 2 or 3 sets based on that. I'm gonna be sorely disappointed.
You know, if that's the theme, I think for FE, I will bring back my N64 for this one coming up.
Oh yeah, do it. Do it! Oh, the dances are gonna be so good. Okay, so that's another thing that happened. Dances. That was cool. So you know how they always have Dead Dog Dance? So end of the convention, they had the last dance, just to tie things up. So they had the Dead Dog Dance, and I'm not usually a dance guy. I'm a social guy. I like to go out and chat. But I decided, I don't know what decided to make me go, but I went to the Dead Dog this time, and my phone is not on silent. It is on silent. Why the hell is it making noise? Okay, there we go. I put the phone on silent so we don't get beep boops in the throat. So I went down.
And then 3 seconds later, you get a beep boop and like, hold on, I have to solve
this.
Hang
on, I did it the wrong way. Click, click, click. But yeah, no, the Dead Dog. It went at the end of the con, and then it ended because the hotel staff said, yeah, we need this room, we need to clean. So they kicked them out of the dance room, and then they moved to the lobby of the convention center. And then they said, okay, the Dead Dog is back on. We've got the Necro Dog dance going. We brought it back from the dead. So they had a lobby dance. And that went on for about half an hour. And then the cleaning crew was like, yeah, sorry, we really need to clean the space. We're gonna need you to move. So they kicked us out into the skywalk between the convention center and the hotel. And then the Dead Dog dance resumed. And then the cleaning staff said, yeah, we're gonna have to kick you out again. We need to clean the hallway. So we moved to the atrium in front of the games den. And then we were there for about an hour and a half. It was awesome. So we had a mobile dance. It was so good. Oh, good times.
Why does it sound like there should be a thing at every con?
This conga line room.
Honestly, I wish it were. It was hilarious. It's just every 20 minutes they're like, yeah, sorry.
20 minutes in one room, then everyone has to move to this room, then you got to move to this room. Then
oh, it's beautiful. The best
Let's
part.
see how much we can keep you guys moving.
So
that was the second incident that I remember of staff having to corral FurCon. The first one would be the Anthrocon, where there was fireworks and lightning going on at the same time.
Oh yeah, that's safe.
Everyone was on the roof.
Hey, what year was this?
It was the year before I started going to cons. So.
So I probably missed that one.
I want to say it's 2013 or 14. Basically, it culminated with, and this is, I'm hearing this secondhand, Alkali grabbed a big stick from one of the cosplayers because they were trying to get them off the roof and get them safe from the lightning, and they were pushing back against security and all that, and Alkali just raised the staff and was like, "You shall not pass!" And then lightning struck behind him.
I wanted to
and the first student started going back in, and then all the staff was like,
Don't mess with that man. He's
like, I swear I didn't plan that. Right.
that's beautiful. I really wish someone had recorded that. Oh my god, that would have been legendary.
Or maybe they did.
I think he told the story. That's where I got it from. So
I just want to confirm, like, people, we can hear me on the stream. I haven't screwed up my volume levels again, right? I'm good. I am audible.
you're good.
Okay, cool.
I can hear you.
Okay. But yeah, so that was cool. I had good times. I was running like everywhere. I don't think I actually got to stop like ever, but it was a good con. It was nice.
I'm gonna make up for it in something. That's my positive attitude and outlook. I'm gonna make up for it because assuming Flash gets his job, this will be Comedi-Furs at Anthrocon.
We'll work out pretty well. Oh, I'm gonna be all like soggy and gross, but I guess that doesn't come over on camera, so that's okay.
Yeah, it's just a joke.
Yeah. Also learned I should try to somehow figure out 2 different outfits. I brought like a legit like suit for my. I was wearing a suit while wearing a suit, and it actually worked out really nicely. Because when my arms were getting all gross and soggy, I could change into my other suit, and it's very nice having a double set. Also, it seems weird. I looked oddly professional, which was disturbing. People thought I knew what the hell I was doing. Well, I figured, I'm judging.
That's the difference between me and Boots. Boots in a suit looks like he knows what he's doing. I get a suit on, people assume I'm in the mafia. I don't know, maybe it's just because I've lived with an Italian family for so long, but...
I mean, I would assume they know what they're doing.
Here's the thing. It may also be the fact that when I'm in a suit and people start avoiding me, I'll just go up to random people and like, hey, come here. I got an offer that I don't think you can refuse. And then they freak out.
Oh, God.
I'm a horrible person sometimes.
Hey, if it works for you, own it. Oh. But yeah.
My standard of life. If there's a funny story to come of it, I came out on top.
That's honestly how I look at things. I tend. I'm disappointed that more things don't go catastrophically wrong for me.
Yeah.
You want them to?
Yeah, well, not at the time, but...
Not at the time, but, like, afterwards.
Yeah, it sucks when it's happening. But...
So, I got another M story. Eminem.
Alright.
Which is always good. This one was from today. I have this bad habit. When they put me on pots... Just one. Yeah, I know. I have this bad habit. When they put me on pots, I tend to, like, snack on the stuff that they take. Because they bring me the whole trays of food, and then I'm supposed to dump them. But I'm hungry, so...
Oh, that sounds gross.
No, they're full trays of food. Like, they're untouched.
Okay. Here I'm thinking they're bringing the dirty...
No, I'm not getting the plates. I'm talking about when I'm doing the actual pots. They have the big hotel pans full of food that they're not going to serve to anyone because they're leftovers. So I have to dump them. But, they have, like, fish patties and stuff, and I'm like, I'm hungry, so I was just like, whatever. So, M was getting some water or soap or whatever, because for some reason all the soap is at my station. I don't know why, but she was grabbing the soap and she saw me like munching on like a fish cake or something, and she was like, "Oh, dude, like you shouldn't do that." Like, and I'm like, it's going in the garbage anyway. I'm getting my bites in. I'm still working, mind you. I'm putting the stuff like in, but I'm putting aside like a fish cake or like a chicken cordon bleu here. I'm like, I'm just gonna eat this on the side. She got really like pissed and started like dumping the food in the garbage because she was like, "Alex was like, you gotta get down." I was like, she used the excuse of, "Oh, I got soap in the food. I wouldn't want you to get sick." And I'm like, I know if I walked away right now, you would face in the food right now. But I had like fish cakes on the side, so like those weren't touched. So I was just like munching away, and she was like, "Oh my god, like why are you such a pig?" I'm like, "I'm gonna eat these in front of you just to piss you off now."
Also, like, it's free.
Also, it's free.
Yeah.
I don't get
Can't
food
go wrong
right
with free.
These two order food, I don't get any because I eat at work. Because they feed us at work, and then I get fed again after we throw stuff out.
I mean, that's
Not intentionally, but furries like free shit. Don't hand me free food. This happens in the dish room occasionally too, where like they have a whole bunch of pre-plated desserts, and rather than toss them all out and put the dishes into me, they'll just wheel the whole cart full of desserts on plates in plastic wrap to the dish room for me to throw out. And you're telling me you do not expect me to peel the chocolate frosting off the top and eat it? You're asking way too much of a fat guy.
Oh, that makes me feel bad. Oh.
Wait, which part makes you feel bad? The part that I'm fat and I'm admitting I'm fat, or the part that I'm literally peeling the icing off and throwing away the...
Can I say C, all of the above? Oh.
Can I mention I'm really glad my managers don't watch the podcast?
That's probably good. Yeah, no, that's
Yeah, it's probably
we should probably edit. We should bleep that section out. Say just cut that in post. We can't cut it.
Here's the thing. If they did watch the podcast and confronted me about it, you'd hear about it on the next podcast. So it's a win-win.
That's true. Yeah. So in other news, I lost my job this week. Oh.
I'm sorry.
Oh. But yeah.
That would be the week that your other coworkers would find out about your orange cat suit and just like, well, details. I have a story to tell you.
Yeah, that's well, I've kind of accepted at this point that it's gonna happen eventually. I just don't want it to happen sooner rather than later. People are gonna find out.
Yeah.
And really,
here's the thing. I joke around about that. I've seen the managers do it too. Because sometimes the managers are like helping out because we're shorthanded or whatever. They'll bring in the food, and then I'll like tend to turn away, and I just see them like pluck one of the chicken cordon bleu that are like pre-made. You ever get those? The fried chicken cordon bleu? They're like a chicken cutlet wrapped around ham and cheese, and like they're deep fried.
Yeah, I got
I see them just pluck one of those and just like whatever.
Okay.
I was like, I know I'm not going to get in trouble for it because I've seen them do it.
Okay, that's fair.
I'm just following from example. I'm sorry.
Okay. Oh my God, why is it so bad this week? Oh, everything hurts again. I'm just gonna casually slide off to excellent stage right. Talk amongst yourselves.
Okay.
Sure we will. You go ahead and get that porcupine out of your fursuit. So Flash, how you doing?
Right. I was thinking about like what you said earlier about like wearing a suit and tie. Like if I put one on, it looks like I'm about to deliver a church sermon.
Hallelujah!
That's what I'm gonna do one day. Just get a Bible on the podium and just stand here and just talk for 2 hours. Like, my brothers and sisters, this is the day that the Lord has made. Can I get an amen in the congregation?
Amen.
I want to see you and two do a fucking service.
I do it. I seriously could do it.
I believe it. I completely believe it. I think you've got what it takes.
When I get married, I'm not going to get a real priest. I'm just going to get Flash.
Yeah, I have to get myself ordained so I can like make it official.
Well, you know, there is a demand.
You act like I'm so religious. I just want it for the yucks.
Yeah, they did have a wedding at FE, and I don't mean like the usual thing that happens at conventions where they had like a normal person wedding at the same hotel where they happen to have a furry convention, and then you get all these bewildered bridesmaids just standing around going, "What the hell is going on?" Oh.
No, you know where that would be amazingly appropriate? You know how they have those speed wedding chapels in Las Vegas?
Yeah.
Just imagine, like, intentionally saying, I want to go mid between everyone else. So there's people before and people after, and then you have a full fursuit wedding in Vegas speed wedding.
That would be so cool.
I would love to see the confused faces. And they're confused in Vegas.
See, I have a pair of friends.
Last night.
Oh, sorry, Flash, go ahead. I interrupted. You good?
Yes.
Okay, so I got a pair of friends. They recently got engaged, and they are both members of the fandom. So I don't think they'll actually do this. I think they kind of were joking about it, but they're saying, yeah, you know, it's a wedding. We should have you guys, you know, bring your suits. And part of me is just like, oh, it's gonna be hilarious when we show up, and the usher is gonna be like looking us over and be like, so bride or groom.
Like, whoever. We're just here.
See, the problem is because they know, like, they're both members of the fandom. It would be great if only one of them was a member of the fandom, because then you'd have, like, half the room is all these idiots in suit, and then the other half of the room is just completely
the family, yeah.
looking. And, oh.
No, it's like, and then you get the cool priest. It's like, okay, I don't know anyway. Take you.
I don't know how many times we have to fucking tell you, but we have this TV at a low volume. We're trying to enjoy our show, and you are over talking it. Lower your fucking volume. I am sick of having to tell you this.
Anybody in the chat have anything to say about that?
Excuse me.
Oh.
Anyway,
I was gonna say, there's been a point with me and Nick where we're getting to the point where people are like, when you get married, when you get married, when you get married. And I'm like, my usual response is, I'll tell you what, you buy us both fursuits and you pay for the wedding, I'll get married. Other than that, I ain't got the money for that.
That's a pretty good deal.
I forgot when this happened. It may have been like I'm going way old school with this. I'm trying to remember if there was a time when there was a wedding in a hotel the same time a furry convention was going on. From what I remember, this way back in 2005, I think this may have happened. This was before Anthony moved to Pittsburgh the following year. Con was in this hotel in the middle of Philadelphia. It was the year after the Adams Mark closed. I think it was the Lyndon Franklin. I think there was a wedding going on, I think, on the Saturday of that convention, from what I remember. And another incident, another kind of similar to it, it was during the New Year's furry ball down in Delaware. I think it was like a couple of years ago, from what I remember. There wasn't a wedding going on in the hotel, but I think a group of people who I think were attending the wedding earlier were staying at the hotel where the party was going on. And I think afterwards they were just there, and they see all of us, and they see the fursuiters and everything. They're asking us, like, what the heck is going on? So a lot of us just stayed up like the whole night talking to these guys, telling us what's happening here. It's like, it's a furry themed New Year's party. They happen to be here.
Oh, I love it when stuff like that happens. Like when
oh yeah,
genuinely
it's fun to freak up the normals.
Yeah, I always love it when when general population gets mixed in with the weirdos.
So,
Happen.
so I was gonna say, Boots, you said more people are realizing that it's you and the orange students. Have any of your students figured it out yet?
Not yet, thank God. I know it's just gonna happen. It's gonna happen sooner or later, and I'm like.
Okay, well, here's a better question. Do you suspect any of your students for being secret furries?
This year, no.
It's just, the radar is dead.
I have had some in the past where I'm like, I'm not gonna say anything, but there are strong suspicions. Generally, you see doodles on people's homework, and they're of a particular persuasion. And I haven't seen any doodles that look like that on FA yet. I haven't recognized the style, but there was a suspicion.
You just look at a test paper. Wait a minute, that's a cartoon fox. I know what you're up to.
Actually, it was a cat. So,
Okay.
I gave them a couple bonus marks.
I'm just thinking, like... Okay, I want to know, like, this would probably be, like, the be-all, end-all hilarious thing, because this would put you on nerve. What if they didn't say anything to you, but you just see a picture of your persona doodled on one of their papers? Like, it's clearly you.
How did they know?
Oh, you know what the best part would be is that I'm like, hey, that's a really nice drawing. Who is it? And then if they had no idea.
No. You know what the worst part is? If they're like, oh, it's just someone that I know from a convention I went to. He was a really cool guy. He reminds me a lot of shit.
Abort.
Oh no, it would be worse if he was like, yeah, he's a cute guy. I would totally like to meet him in person.
Oh. Gee, mister.
All the things that can go wrong.
Ugh. Yeah, no, I'm not looking forward to that. That's going to be super awkward. It's going to happen. It's going to happen someday.
Yeah. Okay, so here's a question that I've been meaning to ask, but I want to ask on podcast. Did you plug Comedi-Furs during the masquerade?
It kills me because I was going to, and I asked about it, and I got the go-ahead, and then I got on stage, and I blanked, and then I got off stage. I'm like, shit!
Oh. Come on, that was free advertising.
Oh, it kills me. Oh.
Don't worry, you know I got it for Anthrocon.
Yeah, no, it's just, oh my god, I just totally blanked. It kills me because I remembered as soon as I was off stage, and like, oh crap, can I get a do-over? But, oh.
See, I would have just waited for someone to mention something similar, like, like I have a YouTube channel or whatever. This is like, yeah, I know. I do a podcast with Guy. This is Comedi-Furs. Like, can't mention it in your judging.
I think my big problem is that I was like totally not prepared at all, and I'm lucky things went well because.
I mean, it would have been worse if I was there, because I would be right there at your shoulder right before you go. I'm like, you're gonna plug us, right?
That would have been good. I would have preferred that. I would have remembered to plug the thing.
Yeah, what are you gonna do? Stuff happens. Like I said, we're gonna get our plug at Anthrocon, because one of us is gonna do it.
Of course.
Yeah. I'm thinking I might give it a shot there. I don't know. I'm on the fence still. But
I have two really good reasons to do that, to do the Anthrocon Masquerade. And these are my two reasons that I will stick by 110%. The first one is, when you really break it down, even though it's like, Anthrocon, it's also just another Masquerade performance. When you break it down, the stage is bigger, but it is, a performance. And once you're on stage, it just clicks, and it's like any other performance. The other reason is Alkali runs the Masquerade. And that's cool, because I was like,
great.
I've already talked about my O-Senpai moment, but the dude gave me some serious, tips on my comedy and, structure and all this, and it was just like, I never rehearse my performances. I'm usually just, I'm on stage, I'm going to do stuff, and Alkali set me aside. It's like, I know you said you just usually do whatever. Do what you just did at the rehearsal. Go rehearse it over and over. I want to see that on stage. And then as I walk out of the stage, I see Grandma Kage basically ram her ride-on thing into the elevator.
Oh.
I'm like, I'm adding that in.
Oh. Yeah, see, I can't do that. I can't do it on the fly. I've got a pre-prep. I'm not a I'm not an off the cuff guy.
Yes, we are horrible at improv. I need to write my stuff down. I need to practice it. I need to rehearse it over and over in my head, so I'll know exactly how I want my routines to flow.
You know how? Okay, so here's the thing. I improv for the most part, but I do know generally what I'm going to say. And it's like generally 5 minutes before I go on stage that I start running it through in my head. Okay, I'll do this, and that.
Oh.
So that's usually my process.
No. Oh my God, that's a nightmare scenario. I can't do that. Holy crap.
Yeah, well, that's just how I usually do it. And the funny part is, Alkali told me to go back to the room and rehearse, and I did. The rehearsal was way funnier than my actual, because I kept messing up.
Oh.
Because I was trying to actually memorize it for once. And it essentially broke down to the beginning part of a joke, a flub, and then me laughing for 20 minutes. And just repeat that cycle for like 2 hours. That was basically my rehearsal.
That doesn't work so good.
It doesn't.
Well, we all work differently.
Yeah, it's true.
That's how we are. We have our own way of doing things.
Yeah, mine tends to be badly. He's not
I'm
good.
somewhere in the middle.
I'm going to say this now. I don't know if Alkali watches the podcast. I don't know if Xander watches the podcast. I really don't know. If I walk in to either the open mic or the Masquerade rehearsal, and Alkali says, "Hey, it's Fat Mufasa," I'm going to die inside.
Well, I mean...
We watch the show!
To be fair, if you register ahead of time under that name, then,
Well, I already said, in my O-Senpai moment, he's like, "Oh, that's my comedian friend."
Right.
Actually, there was, I don't remember his name, but there was one comedian who did get turned down from the Masquerade. And I think it was just because he had a rather thick accent. It was kind of hard to understand him. And Alkali was like, "I'm sure you're hilarious where you live. I understand what you were saying, but the audience might not understand."
Oh, that...
And he went on first.
That's harsh.
So,
I
understand where he's coming from, but I was just like, in that moment, I'm like, oh my God, I better not fuck this up.
I totally understand, but yeah, that still hurts.
Yeah,
because it's not really something you could control. Whew.
I mean, if you can still do it and still get a laugh out of it, then yeah.
But yeah.
Well, here's the thing. This is what hurt a little bit. I had actually gotten to the Masquerade rehearsal early, and I was chatting with that specific dude. and I was going back and forth, and I say I was going back and forth. This is basically, he said something, I didn't understand it, and I was like, oh yeah.
Smile and nod.
That was basically how that conversation went. And, like, kudos to the dude. He was friendly and nice, and I did get a few of the jokes, and I did laugh, but
Man, that's
it
like,
was, like, legitimately there was a language barrier.
That's like how 90% of my conversations at cons go, just because I've got a giant block of foam on my head. It's like, oh yeah, no, he's saying something. Okay, the conversation has stopped. It's time to smile and nod. Yes, I know what you were talking about. Please continue. Oh, I'm not good at talking.
I've been getting better at blowing rings with these things, but and I can't do it on command. It just happens sometimes. Delicious grape drink.
Oh,
I mean,
yes,
I'm pretty good at public speaking because I took college courses for it. So I am a bit more confident with it. And I know I have a tendency I stumble my words a lot. I do mumble sometimes, but I do try to, speak clearly at times, especially, when I'm on stage holding a microphone. That's when I really need to step up my skills and stuff.
Yeah. Well, I mean, if there's one way you're going to learn, it's by literally putting yourself on stage and doing it in front of an audience. That's a good way to get over, one's fear of public speaking. Is a trial by fire. Yeah.
Flash's stories are honestly hilarious. I love listening to them, but I understand that they do go a little bit long before the punchline. Yeah. I know it's coming, and I know it's going to be making me die laughing when it comes there. It's just I know I got to go on the journey with him.
I am working on trying to keep those shorter, so I can get more stuff in. But I haven't put like too much detail into it because you want the audience to know what you're trying to say, where you're coming from, so that way when they get to the joke, they'll totally get it.
Well, I mean,
I don't want to be vague with everything.
Ideally,
they don't know everything that goes on in my life in there.
Similes are your friend. That's my usual credo. Because if you're in the middle of a joke and you feel like it's going a little long, just pick out one part of that description and then just make a comparison that's completely out there.
See, that's something I need to start doing more often. Because I've always, after the fact, I'm like, yeah, I should have worked something in like that. But I never really think about it at the time. And then, 2 weeks later, I'm like, shit, that would have been really good.
If you want the best example, this was... My computer just went off.
Nope, you're still
Shuffle the mouse. Okay. No, just the screen went off. It was a specific joke that I did at Fernal about a specific fox who was waking everyone in the room up because, and this literally happened, he would come in, turn on all the lights, see me awake, and like, John, stuff. And then he would go back out, and we would shut all the lights off, and then an hour later, he would come back in and turn all the lights on, which was infuriating Nikki. And I had to make this point of how ridiculous it was. So on stage, I was like, and this, I do know what the fox says. He says, woo, I'm drunk. And I was like, because that's what I heard at 3 o'clock. And then 4 o'clock. And then 5 o'clock.
And now
then
he's
6
in
o'clock.
a shallow grave.
I needed another triple hornets.
Yeah. Oh God, that sounds like a nightmare.
I mean, you've seen my performance. I did that exact joke.
I do recall that one. Yes, that was 2016. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, 2017.
2017, because that was when I was spotlighted.
No, that was 2018, wasn't it?
It was one of those.
Yeah, it was.
I don't remember. I don't remember.
These things.
I've tried to get out of the habit of watching every Comedi-Furs episode immediately after we finish it. because that's another 2 hours that I don't get sleep before
Oh my god.
tomorrow.
You have work in the morning. What are you doing?
Dude, wait until
Quality
tomorrow.
checking my work.
Oh,
I
Just
do
do
that
it
with
at noon.
I do that with every con performance. I will watch a con performance that I did until I hate it. That's basically how it goes down. It's
I
like,
hate most
that
of
was
them.
really funny. Oh, that was kind of funny. Oh, that was pretty good. Yeah, that's pretty good. Oh, I fucking hate how I did that joke. I should have done that. Like, why did I study there? I just turned into the biggest critic of myself. I'm just like, I'm looking at you two. I'm like, I know the feeling.
yeah.
Yeah, I hate most of mine.
It's weird. I generally like my stuff after the fact. I hate it before I do it.
See, here's my thing. If I hate the joke, then I won't repeat it in the future, and then that joke is just immortalized, and someone's gonna laugh at it, even if I don't laugh at it. So, Boots has skidded off screen. I'm assuming he's pulling another purple fuzzball out of his eye.
Yeah, I don't know why it's so bad today. Everything sucks. Oh my god.
The attack of the purple fuzzies.
Oh, everything hurts.
Yeah. It's one of
We're
the
gonna
many,
need you back in 2 minutes for what a tweet, so hurry up.
it's one of the many frustrating things about being a comedian. Is like we're very critical of our own stuff. But another thing that's frustrating about being a comic nowadays, like if you like write down a joke and you know it's really funny, but you can't say it because you know someone's going to get offended by it. I had this great routine lined up, but what frustrates me is I can't say it because they're going to kick me out of the convention if I say it. So I can't say it. I'm really mad. I'm really mad about that.
I have experience with this. There is a dude that I work with who has cerebral palsy. Now it's not super bad, but his hand is basically like this all the time. Like he can't, like I've seen him do this kind of thing before. And I have 2 criteria, one of which has to be fulfilled before I actually make fun of someone. One is they have to be mean to me, because if they're mean to me, you're open season, I don't care. 2, you have to do stupid things that I cannot help by any other means but to make fun of. This dude checks both marks.
Oh, he done screwed up.
Now, he laughs when I make fun of the hand thing. He gets all pissed off. He's like, "You're an asshole." I know I am, but you're laughing. That's usually my counter to anyone who's like, because this is the thing. I can insult people to their face, but I do it in such a creative way that they're laughing too. And I was like, can't be that angry at me if you're laughing at it. But here's the thing. If I used any of the hand jokes or hand stories that I have of this dude on stage, I would be booed off stage. Someone would storm the stage and take me away. And it's like just because it's a disability thing, but like you got to understand, I work at a place where there are people with disabilities, and I try to bring joy to these people with disabilities. Sometimes I'm a little mean.
Yeah, that's fair. I usually just kind of stick to crapping on myself, because then, you know, it keeps things simple.
When you're surrounded as much with stupidity as I am, you gotta take your ammunition where you can.
Fair.
Or just anything that happens like in your own life, like for me, for example, like I told you, like everything I had to experience last year, like the next time like I go to a con and tell this story, it's like, so should I tell you guys what happened, or do you want to wait for the movie to come out? Because I'm writing a screenplay. Trust me. This.
Okay, so actually, I've been toying with this idea. Eventually, I want to get a team of artists, like specifically for the podcast, like people who are legitimately 100% on board They're going to draw stuff. They're going to draw logos. You know, help us with the merch store whenever that wild dream comes true. One thing I want to see is a Comedi-Furs comic book of the three of us. That's going to be a funny comic strip.
Oh yeah.
What specifically?
Oh man.
I don't know. Well, we're going to see how that goes. But right now, it's time to see what the internet has to say on Twitter.
Oh my god.
It's what a tweet.
So before we get into that, could I just interject and be like, I have my sleep schedule has totally not reset since FE, and I've been having like a really rough time. So if for some reason you see me and I'm sitting here, this is the great thing about being in suit. If I'm sitting here kind of like this and I'm not responding, it's because I've dozed off and I'm adorably asleep on camera. I think I actually may have just winked out there for a minute. I don't know if anybody noticed, so I'm copping to it now. But oh my god. Oh, I think I got...
Well, we're going to keep your mind busy with what a tweet, because you have to... Okay, so, Flash, I'm assuming right now you can't pop Telegram up? Can you pop Telegram up on your phone?
Yes.
Okay. Boots is going to drop them in Telegram for us because...
That way we don't screw up the screen.
Yeah, pretty much.
Alright, so let me get things good.
And you are still going to have to pop them up on screen.
Oh, of course, yes. That's a given.
Okay. So now, what a tweet.
Okay, I can see that thing, and I can see this thing. And I'm going to make sure I'm on the right screen. And I really hope this works, because I don't want to screw this up. But, where are we? Where are we? Crazy purple thing. Okay, so I think I am mostly ready. I'm just gonna put my hand back on because I'm indecent. Okay, ooh, it's getting windy out today. Alright, so are we ready for number one?
Let's go with number one. What tweet is this?
Okay, so this is a leftover from last week. I think I dug this one up. It's just well, I guess I'll let you guys kind of be the judge of this one. I'm gonna when I blow it up on screen, I'm gonna magnify it so people can see it properly.
The good part about this is I don't remember what I submitted, so
there we go, and here we go. This is this is something. This is a thing. So I don't know if you guys got this show in the States, but this was not a cartoon. It was a puppet show that was it ran here for a while, and I think it became a meme. This is the Kushi Samato and Snuttermato, and now she has infinite power. So comments? I already see pain and exasperation. Maybe a bit of frustration at why the hell did I let this guy run the switchboard?
It's a good meme, but I don't think I ever watched the show.
Yeah, I don't follow it. I mean, I see it pop up on memes, but I have no idea what it is.
It's just pure absurdity. That's what it comes down to.
I imagine.
Yeah, it's So,
it'd be much funnier if you had Chowder with the Infinity Gauntlet from, or what was that show with the cat and the fish? Oh yeah, Gumball. The amazing world of Gumball.
Yeah.
I want to see Gumball with the Infinity Gauntlet. Somebody draw that.
I freaking love Gumball. Hey.
I'm sure someone would have. Oh, there.
I freaking love Gumball.
And now Boots needs to get a toy Infinity Gauntlet.
I don't know if he'll fit. He's got tiny arms. Yeah, little tiny arms. You can see him there. I'm just gonna put him away before I start playing with toys. Okay, so that was number one.
Yeah, that was number one.
Okay, I think
we're moving on.
This is another old one. This is another one from the last time that we didn't get around to. I don't remember who put this one up. I think it came from the Discord, but I don't remember who did it.
I mean,
let's just get that in the middle, and we will debigulate it.
I think this one was one of mine.
This is a good one. This is a good one.
So true.
Yeah. Oh fuck, man! I don't know.
I love these. I love these things. It is.
Yeah. No, I appreciate these as well. They are a. It is an amusing format. Yeah.
Yes, I wonder how you do those, because I want to do one.
I mean, well, the buttons are just like emojis, so you just find the right one, and then it's just a matter of formatting it. So, yeah, I could do that. It's not super tough. It's just getting the format down, and then finding an audience, which is the tough part.
Hi. Are these on the screen in chat, or are we just looking at these on our phone?
No, they're on the screen.
No, they're on the screen.
Okay.
Oh, but you're leading to the right, and now you're being hidden behind the thing. There we go. Yeah, now it's back. Okay, now we can see you. Yeah.
Okay. I was kind of expected Boot to say, like, I'm offended that my species wasn't represented here.
Oh no, that's okay. I don't. So here's the thing: like we don't need to be constantly represented, because we're confident enough in our superiority that we're like, oh no, that's okay. You have your thing. We'll just be here, being magnificent and majestic and fabulous.
Actually, I wanted to bring this up, that I forgot to bring it up. I actually saw a video of what is essentially wolf cats. They're cats that have the coat of a wolf, and they don't have an underfur, they just have an overfur, so you can stroke them the opposite way and they don't freak out.
Oh, interesting.
I think I posted it in the Discord, so.
Huh. I mean, don't get me wrong, they're still an abomination, but, Oh, I'm terrible.
Okay, we're up to the next one.
Alright, so, next one. This one, oh yeah, number 9. Okay, so this one also came from the Discord, but I don't remember who it's from. So, we'll just get that in there. Boop. And wait. Oh wait, yeah, no, I did it right. I didn't fuck things up. Make it big. And there, people can see it. So
that is very true.
Yeah, that sounds like techno. That's yeah.
I did a routine about like techno and dubstep from a few years ago, if you guys remember it. To me, it doesn't really sound like. To me, techno sounds like busted lawn equipment.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I actually enjoy techno. I mean, I don't listen to it regularly on purpose or whatever, but when it's playing, I tend to like it. But yeah, I completely agree.
It's fine. It's just something I'm not into, because it just sounds like a lawnmower trying to start on a cold start, which is impossible.
Wait, hold on. If techno sounds like a robot shitting, does dubstep sound like a robot that's constipated, or a robot with the runs?
I think he's got a really bad case of gas. Honestly, to say explosive flatulence, it's uncontrolled. Yeah, we got okay. So
moving on.
You guys ever see that video of the hippo Do it. Yeah, actually, no. Moving on.
Yeah.
Okay. So let's see. Where's the next one? Here we go. You know, sticking with the theme of shitty toilets.
Oh God. I remember posting this one up.
Let's make it big. There we go. Yeah. So.
Oh man, Oh no, you know who posted it? Kira sent this to me to post up in the Discord.
Yeah. No, I left notes for myself. Yes, this is from Kira, who I guess is probably busy tonight because Kira's usually pretty good about popping in. Hey, Kira.
Yeah, she has work in the morning too.
That's fair.
Yeah. Okay, so I didn't notice this. Mo Sargi said, "Bro, legit, I exploded my toilet and my guests heard it."
Oh, I mean, I've had my moments of like embarrassing. You know what? I'm not gonna go there. That's that's stuff we don't need.
You know what? I'll go there.
That's the thing we all have.
I'll be the crude one. I have this thing like at Anthrocon where I don't go to the DoubleTree anymore. And there's nothing wrong with the DoubleTree Hotel itself. The problem is it's connected to a 7-Eleven and I'm fat.
Oh.
And I will get the spicy nachos.
Oh, dude, the DoubleTree is connected to a 7-Eleven?
Yes.
Holy crap, I'd be getting like squishies 24/7.
No, the 7-Eleven closes at a certain time.
But
like you can literally
7-Eleven.
You can literally go downstairs into the lobby, and then there's a little doorway that leads directly into the 7-Eleven.
Oh my god, that's so dangerous.
And literally both times that I've stayed at the DoubleTree, I've had an amazing time. They're a pretty cheap hotel, so they're affordable. And I've blown the out of the bathroom.
Where's the DoubleTree?
It's actually down the street. If you go down to where Fernando's is and just keep walking, you'll eventually hit the DoubleTree.
I need to go to the DoubleTree. Oh my god. Oh, I am such a squishy junkie. I love friggin' Slurpee.
I mean, the con shuttles do go to the DoubleTree.
So if I go to the dance and I steal a fursuit straw, and then I go to the 7-Eleven, oh my god. Oh my god, I am so doing this. Oh, this is gonna be good. This is gonna be so good. Oh, I friggin' love squishies.
For the sake of everyone who is at Anthrocon and doesn't want to hear my friggin' farts, I'm staying at the Hampton this year.
Oh, I love the Hampton. Have you been to the Hampton before?
Yes.
Oh,
they have free breakfast and hot waffles.
Yeah. Okay. I really like the Hampton.
I haven't stayed at that one yet.
If you don't mind...
Well, if you room with me...
If you don't mind going a bit further, like one block further, the Homewood Suites is also really good. It's actually slightly less expensive. The rooms are gigantic. They have a full kitchen suite, and you get the complimentary breakfast buffet in the morning.
That's nice.
All right, now the Hampton, that's off of 11th Street, right? It's like next to a big outdoor parking lot.
It's got a big outdoor parking lot, but here's the thing. Literally, you can just walk around and up to the convention center. You don't even need to take the shuttle.
It's super convenient.
I know what that is. I just haven't stayed there yet.
It's kind of a pain if you're a suitor, but it's tolerable.
It's a little bit more expensive, but they have a swimming pool with a big glass window that shows out to the streets.
See, I don't like that.
You don't like that?
No.
I love that. I get to swim. I get to sit in a hot tub and have a view.
I'm more concerned about the fact that everybody else has a view of me, and I have a terrible, terrible, crippling sense of shame. So, I'm like, no, I'm just gonna be in the pool like this, so nobody can see anything. Just, hey guys, how's it going? No, I'm not getting out. Sorry, no, you're gonna have to leave. I'm just gonna.
Okay, so let's move on to the next one.
All right.
I know we have a few.
So on to the next one. Oh, okay. So this one, I think this is one of mine. It's kind of a science-y joke. You might not get it unless you realize the science behind what's taught. The botany. It's a botanist joke. Botany, biology. There we go. So people getting in on the herbal remedy trend.
Mm.
Oh yeah. So cordyceps. It's so you get it then.
I get it only because I play video games and cordyceps are usually a thing.
Last of
So
Us.
I had to look up what cordyceps were.
Yep.
Oh my god.
It's a very special plant, very special fungus. So for people that don't know, the cordyceps is a fungus that infects ants, and then it takes over their brain, and it turns them into little zombie ants, and then it causes them to climb to the highest possible branch that they can, where they are eaten by birds, and then it infects the birds, and so it's insidious. It makes zombies.
I feel so much better after becoming a clicker.
Yay! Oh god. Oh, I still need to play those games. I hear they're brilliant.
I need to play them too. I just watched my roommate play them.
But yeah,
I have the very calming PlayStation noise sound. Like I just noticed, I have that PlayStation menu music behind me. I don't know if you guys are picking it up, but it's actually calming.
Yeah, it's very soothing white noise. Alright, so let's see, what do we have next? Oh, okay, this one. Are we good for the next one, or you want to discuss that a bit more?
Flash, do you have anything to say about zombie mushrooms?
Did they show up on The Walking Dead yet?
Give them time.
You're not.
Hey, you know, they're vegetarian zombies.
Hey, Luigi! The mushroom is walking very weird.
Oh my god.
Someone get Daryl.
Oh, jeez.
Like, I got this.
Okay, now we can move on to the next one.
Okay, so this one comes to us from Flash. As soon as I can find it. Where is it? I numbered these for a reason. Okay, here we go. Boop. And boop. And we get that one there. And we get that one there.
Oh, I remember that.
There we go.
Flash is the one who put up the tweet. I was the one who put it up on. Because here's the thing, I watch your Twitters.
Yeah.
Because I know you. The minute I can find something.
Oh. Yeah, I have a tendency to post embarrassing things periodically, and then I regret it when it comes back on here.
I remember posting this one.
Yeah, no, this is a good one. So, Teaselbone. Teasel and I actually we're raiding buddies. He's my druid, and I'm his punchy monk healer. So, you know, fun times.
You know, that doesn't sound suggestive at all.
Okay,
so before I go into teasing Boots more, have either of you ever been with a skunk furry?
No.
Okay, so just me then.
Is there something we should know about? Is there a PSA coming?
Buy tomato juice next week.
Okay.
This makes me slightly uncomfortable.
Okay, here's the thing. Never look at my search history.
I think that goes for anyone in general.
No. You don't understand. Never look at my search history. That's going to be a t-shirt.
Yeah, you know what? I think I think that would go well. Yeah.
Okay, next week.
You know, just have one that says, in case of death, please delete search history.
Oh no, my life is the real life, like, Destroy the Porn Game, if you've ever seen that.
Oh.
Like, if luckily it doesn't take me that long because I just have to destroy my phone. But
See, my search
Just
history.
set our computers on fire. Just do it.
So my search history would be like the most mundane, boring thing ever. Like if they pulled it up, it's like, oh, he did banking and some shopping for shoes and a shirt. Because whenever I do anything that's not incredibly mundane, I always turn incognito mode on because paranoia.
it's
I need to start using it.
I'm just because here's the thing, it's mixed in with like the photos I take of like vacations and stuff. So it's like, oh, this is John at Anthrocon. He was so good, and this is Renamon. Oh my god.
That would make for a fun vacation slides night. Who put this in there? I don't know.
No, that was me.
That was
Anyway.
me, yeah.
So, yeah, next tweet.
All right. Next one. This one. Oh, where's my mouse? There's my mouse. This one comes from Jack. Jack over in Discord. So I'm gonna drop that in there. Boop. Boop. Uh-oh. Uh-oh, I did a thing. There we go. I'm not good at using the mouse. Alright, let's make it big. Making it big. So, yeah, how's your art going?
This is too true to life.
Yeah, no, I can relate. This is a thing. This is, yeah. I know those feels. I have experienced those feels firsthand, and they.
Okay, so here's the thing. Not only is it Jackie who posted it, it is Jackie's tweet, actually.
Yeah. Oh, well done, Jack. No, that's a good one. I like it. Oh, yeah. No, yeah. I've been there. I've done that. I know exactly how that feels. Yeah, there's nothing like sinking, 6 hours into a piece and be like, this is garbage.
Nothing to say on this
one. I feel like this is getting too real. Flash,
yeah,
what do you got? You got input?
That's something my roommate goes through a lot because he gets frustrated with his art because he has like trouble like either finding motivation or if no one's like paying attention to his Twitter, and you know how it is when you're trying to get like exposure, but you're not getting either not enough or hardly any at all. You're trying to get your name out there and you feel like nobody's paying attention to you, even though some people are. But I'm sure a lot of artists, go through this.
Oh yeah.
Well, not the super popular ones, who make like enough money to go to every con like every week. But
Okay, here's the thing. There's a parallel between art and comedy that I have to bring up. If you're doing comedy for attention,
yes,
or for like the fame of it.
Oh, and that yes wasn't because that's why I'm doing it. That yes was because I agree.
Yeah, don't. If you want attention, there's better ways to get it. If you want to legitimately make people happy, if you want to make people happy, and if you want to make yourself happy, that's why you need to get into an art form. That's with drawing, singing, dancing, whatever. Do it because it makes you happy and it makes other people happy.
Yeah, do it because you enjoy it.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it's the wrong way to get noticed. It's too much work.
Alright, so, anyway.
Okay, this one... Where is it? Hang on. Oh my god. Why don't I look at the numbers? I number these for a reason, and then I ignore the numbers because I'm an idiot. Okay, here we go. There we go, and I will rebigulate it.
Oh, the Onion.
Good old Onion. I love the Onion. Good times. I think I found this one. Yeah. Report. Students who take Latin have a better chance of summoning demons later in life. Agree or disagree?
I don't know, but Kespi says these younger kids never learn proper cursive, so they're going to summon a lemon. It's super ineffective.
Oh, that's beautiful, because if you don't know cursive, you have no idea why that's funny. Oh.
But this reminds me of something else I saw on Twitter a while back. I forgot who posted this, but it's like this really weird picture. It's this bizarre cloud formation over like an IKEA, and the caption read, "I'm afraid to mispronounce anything in that store because I might accidentally summon a demon."
Okay, that's good. I like that. That's beautiful. That's gold.
I forgot where I saw it. I wish I saved it.
Oh, that's so good.
So funny.
Oh, I like that. I like that a lot.
That is funny.
The weird thing is, it could actually happen.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, no,
Like,
you know what?
I didn't mean to summon Cthulhu. I was just trying to buy a desk.
I wanted to buy a Bjorkendorfer.
Oh, God.
I was gonna say.
And then a portal opens up like,
I never took Latin in school, but I kind of regret not doing it because I would kind of like to summon a persona in certain situations.
You know what? The great thing is so I've heard about this from someone who studied like Latin and ancient languages, and they said that Latin really it's a very categorical and formulaic and scientific language. It was used for a lot of descriptions and things. So to people who don't know a lot of about Latin, it sounds really cool when they're doing all these incantations and stuff using this ancient dead language. But so this was he a linguist or something? He's some sort of language scientist. He basically said it was the equivalent of summoning a demon by reading an Excel spreadsheet. So
getting back to the sub comment though, I do relate that my cursive just got worse and worse as I went. This is like when I was a kid, I got straight A's in English in 4th grade for like having the best cursive and taking my time. I knew how to draw my name in cursive perfectly. Nowadays, my cursive is basically just a scribbly line next to a scribbly line, and I signed it.
Well, I mean, that's signatures, though. Like, if you actually had to write a letter, I could still do it. I think I still know how to do cursive.
If I had to write a cursive letter, I would get to the first sentence, and then I would say "fuck it" and I'd type it.
So here's the thing. This is how
we type everything anyway.
This is how you know if you still remember cursive. If you can do an uppercase G, a lowercase q, and either of the Z's. If you can do all of that, then you're good.
I have to know Z because it's in my last name.
Hey, mine too.
I believe
Wait, no.
I believe I still can. It's just been a while. I only do cursive when I have to sign stuff.
I might have to refresh myself on it, but I could probably.
All right, on to the next.
Yes.
All right, where do we go? We got number. All right, I'm looking at my numbers. I'm remembering that there are numbers this time. I'm not being stupid. And this one's from Details. Boop. And I grabbed the wrong thing. Oh my god, stop grabbing the wrong thing. There we go. I'm just going to go make it big so people can read it.
So, I think it's very obvious I follow Xander the Blue on Twitter.
No. But also...
No, it's like, he has so many good ones, but if I literally put up every funny one that he had, well, it would literally just be examining Xander the Blue's Twitter for this whole thing.
Yeah, I know. So I apologize in advance. I did filter out a lot of yours because I wanted to get some from other people.
I mean, I try.
No, it's good. It's good, but I also want to give other people a chance. But it's good that we have them.
Yeah. So, this is from, the original post was, being done listening to the Randy Newman song "Forever," thanks to the Toy Story world and Kingdom Hearts.
Yep, that's what I figured.
And Xander said, "This is the video game equivalent to Peter Griffin being stuck on that post-apocalyptic apple grove with Randy Newman."
Oh, that was a great scene. I love that scene. It's so good.
Oh my
I'm
god!
just gonna hide behind this tweet here. Oh yeah. Oh, thank you, tweet. Oh, I don't know. Tweet. Oh, I don't know what's going on today. Maybe it's all this post-con fuzz or something.
Possibly.
I don't know why I have other people's fuzz inside my head, but you know, here we are. It was some party, I tell you.
Yeah.
I get that occasionally, where like I'll play a game and marathon it, and then I'm like, I never want to hear this soundtrack again.
Oh yeah, yeah, no, I get it.
You just want to get that level done as quickly as possible, so you don't have to.
And of course, it's always the hardest level in the game that they do that to you on, so you can just listen to it again and again and again and again and again.
Didn't Pat put up like a theory on the Frozen world of Kingdom Hearts 3 that it was like it was supposed to be something completely different, but the Disney execs basically just said, "No, just do the movie again."
Aren't executives great? Oh, they're the best. The world needs more executives, really.
No, because like originally what he said was that there's proof in the story, the way it flows and the way the dungeons are, that they might have been going for Elsa struggling between being good or evil. But Disney doesn't want their princesses being evil.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's fair.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And speaking of which, Disney is one step closer from like owning everything in the entire world because they just bought 20th Century Fox.
Yeah, they own pretty much, which is why I'm really excited for Hank Hill to be in the next Kingdom Hearts game.
You know, if they're buying up Fox properties, can they buy up Fox News and make it at least entertaining for something other than stupidity?
Unfortunately, no.
Yeah,
Disney Fox News. Now with your Fox and the Hound anchor.
Yes,
Okay.
Put actual foxes in it.
Yeah,
Put actual Fox
Be watchable.
I could get behind that. That would be that would actually be okay. Yeah. No, let's do it. Let's do it. Let's start a
And in the
petition.
field we have Robin Hood. Robin?
Shit, man, I don't know why I'm here. I'm just a fox.
Yes, please.
Alright, let's get the next one. Okay,
Yeah,
I like this one. I
Okay.
like this one. This is number.
We're still doing these.
Okay.
Okay.
So this one also comes. Oh, hang on. Okay, I think everything after this point comes from details. Alright.
Well, that's because I have a lot of moments where, like, I have nothing to do at work, so I just go in the bathroom and then I go on Twitter.
Yeah, I mean, I would have supplied some more, but I'm like, yeah, no, we probably have enough. I'm good. I'll save them for next time. Anyway, so here we go. I'm gonna throw this one in here. 17. Boom. And I'm gonna make it big. So everyone can see. I think I voted on this one. And I think I voted for C.
I vote yes.
Although, to be fair, I mean, cons do go after dark. That's when they have all their special events.
By the way, I love Alkali's comment. This is the path to the dark side.
Yeah, well, again, it's after dark, so technically it's the path after the dark side.
Yeah.
Okay, so I gotta understand this. I know they mean after it gets dark.
Yes.
The way they phrase after dark makes it seem like it's after it's done being dark, as in morning.
Oh.
In that context, the morning cartoon session at Fur Park is technically after dark, so we should get to watch. Never mind.
Don't do that. You're going to confuse people. No, stop.
It's too late.
I'm just picturing the guys at Fur Park like, you can't come to our con anymore.
Oh, that's okay. I couldn't make it anyway.
And then I'll be like, dude, do you know how many parties are in your hotel room? If I can't come, you have half a con.
Oh wait, sorry. We gotta dial it back. I wasn't paying attention to chat. We have a
that was the true Disney princess.
Yes, he is. Master Surgeon, I like you. Oh my god, yes. We agree. Hank Hill is the best Disney princess.
Also, we're tagging the last 20 minutes of the podcast.
Oh my god, so good. So good. Oh.
I think we're just going to go through what a tweet through the whole thing.
Yeah, we may as well. I mean,
because I didn't have anything else planned.
That way we clean out that queue. So
I wrote down stuff just in case.
All right, so let's turn that one down. This one's actually just kind of nice. I like this one. This one's a pleasant one. Let's pull it up and. Boop. Boop. A lot of text on this one, but yeah, no, I like this one. It's pretty sweet.
Aww. That's all I have to say about that. It's like, okay. I'll be honest. I have a lot of people who I've met through this fandom that when I need a hug, I can find a hug. And that is probably the thing that most people are missing from their lives. Because I know so many angry people. I'm just like, if you just had a hug, like once a week, if like somebody just hugs you and says things are going to be okay,
validation.
You can function so much better. That's this fandom in a nutshell. It is literally a fandom of people who are like, if you're having a rough day, we will give you a hug.
Let's make it better.
We need more of that in the fandom. We need a lot more of that. A lot more of us supporting each other, helping each other out, saying, hey, we're here for you, okay? No matter what you're going through, we're here for you.
Don't be dicks.
Exactly.
We're not supposed to be dicks. Some of us swallow dicks, but that doesn't make us dicks. Just bring it back to the comedy.
But yeah, no, I will say that I like the fact that it seems like in recent years we've been getting like much better press. I feel like the public perception is starting to turn around.
For the most part, it is.
I mean, for the love of God, we had someone from what I can't remember who it was. I think it was the founder of Something Awful, which was the site that used to rip us relentlessly. He actually came out and said, "You know what? These guys are actually pretty cool," which was like huge.
Yeah. So I'm gonna bring this up. Since I'm going to Anthrocon because I miss Fernal. I'm not missing. I need my fucking hugs. I'm going to be backstage at the Masquerade anyway. Maybe I'll ask Alkali and Xander if they want to hop on the podcast at some point.
Oh, our frame rate is just going to absolutely die.
Actually,
if we do that, we're going to do a separate podcast. We're going to do a cluster cast because it's going to be 5 people if it's all of them.
Oh, it's going to be like Brady Bunch in here.
Yeah, I've done podcasts with 5 people. You got to be a little bit directing and stuff. But.
Yeah.
Probably better at this than me.
Well, this isn't my first podcast because there is on there is a channel on YouTube that I used to run. I don't even think I have the password to it anymore. Comedi-Furs, which was a video game podcast for freeze.
Yeah, I think you showed it to us a while back.
It's amazing because I had literally nobody who knew anything about video games but me.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, that's a good choice in co-host right there. Yeah, no.
It was my immediate friend circle and no one else.
Yeah, it's right up there with who should we get to use the mouse while we're running the show. I'm gonna show.
My decisions may not always be smart, but they do turn out entertaining.
That's fair. Okay, I can accept that. I will give you that one. Oh. Yeah, so that's a that kind of brings me back to. Wait, no, I don't want to spoil it for you. I'm not going to say anything about that.
Should probably get to that last one.
All right, so
yeah,
we're doing one more.
I think we can fit. Do you want to do? We got 2 left. Do you want to do the last 2, or I'll just jump to the last one?
Yeah, we could do 2 more.
All right, that's actually oddly enough kind of appropriate. Boom. Boom. Brig, I'm moving the wrong thing. Why isn't this locked? Oh god, I'm bad at this. Okay, there you go.
I don't even care. I just saw 2 Griffin's face on this one, and I'm like, I know this is gonna be good.
There we go. Details, lead the other way. There's a tweet in front of your face. No, you're leaning left. Lean right. Or the other way. The other right. No, you're not moving. There we go. That's better. So yeah, I think people could read that out. That's fair.
Yeah.
So your thoughts, your comments.
I mean, this tweet speaks for itself. That's
yeah, it pretty much does.
It's one of those things that's like, I will make a joke if it's funny. Now, there are certain audiences that I won't make a joke for, but that's because I'm going to get kicked off stage. Honestly, if you put me on stage and said, you have free range to do whatever you want and nobody's going to come and stab you, I have to put that clause in my contract because I know someone's like, you're a dick. So, but no, it's like comedy for me comes from just me being honest. I'm sorry, sometimes I have thoughts that are not, family safe or generally approved of stuff. But I've never shied away from who I am. Because at the end of the day, the dick asshole part of me, the funny haha guy, the guy who's caring, that's all me. It's all me at the end of the day. And I guess the best way to say it is like, the best comedy comes from the subjects that nobody wants to touch. Because nobody's talking about them. Nobody's making these comparisons. And, sometimes you gotta shake things up.
Yeah, that's fair. Further comment? Flash, did you want to jump in on this one? Or?
I mean, like I said, like being a comic has gotten a lot more difficult lately because now, we do come up with jokes. We don't say them to be mean or anything. These are just like funny observations that we have on certain things. Now, whether someone or not, gets offended is not really just on us, or is that the audience really can't take a joke. I mean, have we really become that overly sensitive to everything that we can't say stuff now? I mean, what are we going to talk about if we're so worried about how the audience is going to react to whatever we bring up?
Yeah.
I know it's a good question, but this is something us as comics have to think about a lot more now.
Yeah.
See, I think my particular modus operandi, if you will, I tend to be very self-referential, and that's primarily because, you know, I can talk shit about myself, and I'm not going to upset anyone. But generally, like, I've always been kind of wary about the whole, you know the rule, you know, in comedy you always want to punch up, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's generally, if I'm gonna do anything that's not about me, I'm gonna do it, you know, towards people who are more or less well off. Just because, you know, if they get upset about something, you know, whatever, you're fine anyway. I'm super careful about what I'm targeting, just because, I don't know, maybe I tend to be I feel guilty about a lot of things, so I try to avoid touchy subjects myself, but I don't know. But again, that's why I stick to just I dump on myself a lot, because again, no one's gonna complain if I complain about how crappy I am.
Here's the thing. This is my philosophy on this. You'll notice I don't usually go after groups unless I'm part of that group.
Which is a good policy.
Well, because here's the thing. Groups have, like, a mingling of ideas. There's different people in there. It's not really representative of the whole thing. Individuals, though. I think if an individual does something stupid,
yep,
you should be allowed to make fun of that.
I think that's quite fair.
And I told this to Em, because she got me at the end of the day, and she was like, I know you're not using my name, but you should make your own material. You shouldn't just use me for your podcast. And I'm like, stop doing stupid shit. Stop doing stupid shit. I won't have any material. You're giving me all the material I'm ever going to need.
Yeah, that's a thing. That definitely happens, and people should avoid that.
Okay, we got like 5 minutes. Let's do this last tweet.
All right. Well, I mean, technically, we did start 10 minutes late, so we're at we've got 8 minutes. 8
okay,
minutes.
We got
remaining.
8 minutes. Either way.
Yeah.
Okay. So here we are, the last one, which may or may not have to do with current events, assuming I can find it. Is this the right one? Oh no. Oh, okay. Great. I used the same number twice. I am so good at things. All right, here we go. And it's really big. And I don't know why I'm posting this. I really should not. I should not be encouraging this type of thing.
I've seen this one.
That's why I posted it.
Yeah, so this was my weekend. So Gizmo, that's Gizmo there. Gizmo is a good dog, and I don't say that very often because dogs. But anyway, yeah, Gizmo is a good dog, and he brought a yearbook, and he wanted all the suitors that he could find to sign the yearbook, and then he was going to post pictures of them above their signature. So, you know, I signed the yearbook, and I did a little doodle, and Steve there took my picture, and Steve put it horribly out of context, and now everybody believes the picture because it's all official looking. You have no idea how
people do that.
You have no idea how much crap I've been getting in cat chat this week.
You know, I usually delete a tweet when I put it up on the Discord because I want to save memory on my phone. I actually still have this one on my phone.
Yeah, it's
Yeah.
yeah. There's a follow up to this one too. It's slightly not as bad, but
I didn't get the follow-up one, but I will say this. I saw this tweet, and I'm like, I'll take all the support I can get.
yeah, it was a.
Legalizing a woo is the first step. After that, we can legalize meow, and we'll all be happy.
No, we're already legal. It's okay. Our noises are adorable and cute, and everybody loves us. That's why we're in charge of the internet. Because we're adorable. And
Okay, I don't think I ever tweeted this, but I really should have, and I might as well just say it now. Legalizing a woo is the dragon's secret plan, because once they legalize a woo, they have to at least consider legalizing sieging villages.
I don't think it works like that. I'm pretty sure that this is a pretty big logical leap.
It's huge.
I mean, wow, that's a oof. Yeah, no, I think we're gonna have to agree to disagree on that one. I'm sorry.
It's just like, just picturing some dragons like, okay, I just want to burn down like a couple of houses.
Yeah. Look, tell you what, I'll just let me burn this one down, and I'll pay you back for it. You know I'm good for it. I sleep on this giant pile of money, which conveniently I stole from the previous village that I burned down. But we don't need to discuss that. Oh.
Okay, so Kira is not watching the podcast, but she wanted to make sure that she was to bring her Yu-Gi-Oh cards tomorrow.
Oh.
I was like, yes, because we are going to do that.
That sounds like a good time.
All right, so legalize a woo? I don't know.
No. Well, that's already done. Ugh, they did a vote. Ugh. So they were okay, so you know what? We got some time. I can go into this. So you may have noticed I have a new accessory. Oh. It's got little hula kitties on there. Yay. So the charity for Vernal Equinox this year was the Pet Patrol, which is a really nice, it's a no-kill shelter that specializes in adorable little kitties. Yay. Anyway, they were absolutely lovely, and I may have spent a lot of time at the convention hanging out with them because they're really nice and cool, and they like kitties, and their mascot is an orange kitty, so they kind of wanted a lot of pictures, and they may have done a PowerPoint presentation where I was the cover slide because I'm adorable and orange and I look like their mascot. So I kind of like this charity a lot. Anyway, one of their fundraising events was they were doing a vote, and every dollar you donated got you a ticket, and it was ban versus legalize. Short version is the vote did not go very well. I think we got killed about 2-1 because if you look at fandom demographics, it's just a no contest. So yeah, I tried. I really tried, and then people started making stupid pictures. But anyway, they appreciated my efforts, and they gave me this. This was a present from them. It was super nice, and I was really happy about it. Anyway, that's my rambling story.
Meanwhile, I was filling this for Apocalypse glass with vape.
Okay, that's cool.
Yeah.
A cool effect.
Yeah.
Probably not good drinking.
It all blows away when you go and, like, put your face in there.
Oh yeah, it goes down smooth. Yeah, it's real good. So, yeah.
That's the only vape trick I know how to do.
Fill the glass.
Okay, there was a little bit of grape juice left in there, and that was a dumb idea.
That's a stain. Oh man, I want some grape
Good
juice.
drink, though.
Oh, we gotta end this so I can get some grape juice. I've got this stupid bottle here. I can't do anything with it. It doesn't fit in my big stupid mouth.
Okay, so thank you for joining our podcast. I need to get a shower so I'm not sticky tonight.
I need to
Thank
go
you
to
for
bed.
joining us. We've been the Comedi-Furs. Signing out. Laters.
Good night.
Bye. Okay, now here's that awkward period where I fumble for the button again as I try to turn off the stream.